So it's time to see who is going to be crowned the European champion in the recurve mixed team event as Russia lead out Spain in what promises to be a thrilling gold medal match playoff. Let's go down to the stadium for the introductions.
On target number 1, representing the Russian Federation, Elena Osipova. Adnan Chipikchapo. On target number 2, representing Spain, Elia Canales. Pablo Acha. The line judge of this match is Cristina Tiflidou.
So here we go. Teams ranked first and 7th for this competition. Russia with Elena Osipova and Alda Sibikzapov, world number 19 and the world number 92. They were the top seeds after the ranking round. Will go up against Spain's Elia Canales, just 19 years old, in the world number 27, and Pablo Acha, the world number 24. It will be Osipova to get us underway. This for the European crown.
Eight. Nine.
So a fairly solid start, both in the same area of the target. No male Russian archer qualified yet for the Olympic Games. I'll be hoping to correct that in Paris. Whereas it's a different story for the Spaniards.
Yeah, Spain have got their 2 individual spots already, so they will have a mixed team there. Pablo achieving his at the European Games in 2019, and Spain picking another one up on Friday in the women's. But Elia had a big fight, didn't she, against her compatriot Insdil Velasco, who took the spot.
9 or 10 liner.
Well, 3 of the 4 arrows shot at the beginning of this gold medal match all drifting off to the left. Acha has either made a correction or he knew that the wind was going to push them that way. Osipova has made the correction as well. Slightly over the top.
Yeah, when we looked before the match, the wind was a tailwind over left to right slightly, and it looks like it's died down, so the arrows are not moving quite as far perhaps as they thought they would.
So 36 for Russia, 2 10s, and Spain have definitely got this one. A 10 and a 9, and they might still do if that 9 gets marked up. Well, not anymore. Now they need the measure to go in their favour, and they need Pablo Acha to score a 10 here as well to draw a level on set points. Does put it into the 10, and now that measure becomes very important indeed at the start of this gold medal match. My gut feeling when it first went in was that it was a 9, and looking at it there as the second arrow flew in from Hatcher, I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I also thought probably a 9, so we'll have to wait for the measure for the judge to make that decision, whether they're going to split the points or not.
The communication with both teams here, both talking to each other, chatting through what the conditions were like in that first set. As Nikki said, the wind actually dropped there, so they prepared for windier conditions, which is why we saw those first 3 arrows flying perhaps not quite where they were intended to go.
The result has been confirmed. 36-35, 2-0 lead for the Russian.
So there you have it. The measure did not go in favour of the Spanish team, and Russia lead 2 set points to 0. All smiles still on the Spanish side of the shooting line though.
Yeah, that's important with the set system, so reset now, get back into the game.
So it's time for set number 2. And trailing as they do, Spain will shoot first, and first up it's Elia Canales. 19-year-old has really shone as we've returned to archery. What can she do in the fight back from Spain right now?
6.
Not what she wanted. Not sure you can blame the wind on that one.
No, I think probably a soft shot there. She did break down a little bit in that quota tournament with similar issues with arrows going low.
But the response from her teammate is very good indeed. Pablo Archer straight into the X ring, which is the smaller ring inside the 10 ring. Fist pump here, showing what this means for the Russians. They have come here to take this European title.
Nine.
And a 19 plays 15 in the first half of this set means that Russia are odds on to go 4-0 up here.
Good to see. Good arrow, bouncing straight back from that first one.
Well, how much would that 19 be creeping into the Russians' thoughts here?
Ideally, not at all. Stick to this arrow, stick to the process.
Well, they certainly have done that. Sipova into the 10 ring, handing over to Sibik Zapov. Just over into the 8, but more than enough. A 37 means Russia do go 4 set points to 0 up. The reason I asked about that second half for the Spaniards is that I think the Russians would have been confident they were going to go 4-0 up, but there are signs that the Spanish team have found the centre of the target for later on.
Yeah, I think they would have probably been aware of that 5 in the first half of the end, and the pressure really comes off a little bit. So, you know, again, I guess that's thinking about outcome, but ideally these guys really should be just thinking about themselves. You know, when you're in a match and everything's going on, it all goes quite quickly. You haven't really got time to be thinking what they're doing. You just stick with what you're doing. So, yeah, just shoot each and every arrow best you can. See Elia's arrow here on the clicker, moving back and forward a little bit, soaring. I think that first arrow, she just probably just went a little bit soft, probably just shot, as she shot, the follow through, the explosive follow through that we see there probably didn't happen, and it just fell low.
Looks to me like the Spanish delegation, though, have said to Elia Canales, hey, relax, don't worry. Doesn't matter if you win the title or not here. Sort of giving her a bit of freedom, I suppose.
Well, they've still got the team spaces to play for, 3 left in Paris, so they've got to stay positive for that.
Well, Spain trail Russia, a strong and determined Russia, 4 set points to 0, and will shoot first in the 3rd. Over to you, Elia Canales. Fist bump from the coach, a big smile of satisfaction on the 19-year-old's face. Pablo Archer up next. team spot, suggesting there's good communication between Archer and Canales. Osipova and Sibik-Zapova have a great opportunity here, though, to do this in 12 arrows.
9.
Давай удар вперед.
Удар давай.
Matching them exactly, so yeah, a little bit more pressure now on Spain. They've got to get, well, they've got to win the set. They can't afford to tie it, so they've really got to put down their best arrows now. A bit of soaring again on that clicker. Good execution though.
Only an 8 though. When you say soaring, you mean she's pulling in and out,
Yeah.
the arrow's moving up and down on the clicker.
Slightly back and forward, isn't it? As she's more perhaps settling into anchor point, but I just wonder if that was happening as that poor shot happened in the last end.
Well, he's well groomed. He's very centred, Pablo Archer, into the 10s to put a bit of pressure on this Russian team. But as Nikki says, they just have to match that 18 over these 2 arrows. And they will be European champions. There's 9. So a 9 is enough to draw level on points in this set and take the 1 point they need to take the European title. Oh, look at that. It's right on the line. And look what it means to Aldar Sibik-Zapov. It's a great win for Russia, a dominant performance from them. They have got no male athletes qualified for the Olympic Games just yet, but that will give them bags of confidence. And we've got to really be expecting Russia to qualify at the final opportunity in Paris for the recurve men's team medal match, and that will give them the opportunity to compete in the mixed team in Tokyo as well. Brilliant performance from Russia. Elena Osipova and Aldar Sibik-Zapov taking the European title. Very, very impressed by that Russian pairing.
Yeah, really strong team, aren't they? They're just stuck in it, in their groove. No real bother really, was it, for them, and they look strong throughout. So yeah, like you say, they're going to be going to Paris now with this confidence at the World Cup. They want to get those Olympic spots where they can. There's a team space up for grabs, and also if not, then an individual spot so they can get into that mixed team for the first time in the Olympic Games.